This is Action Jack and Meister behind the camera. We're right here in Las Vegas. We're off of Shetland and Palomino. This was the last home of Michael Jackson. Well, technically his home was in Los Angeles, but he lived here at the same time. Well, not at the same time. A little bit of humor here. But he had both homes at the same time. And you can tour this place too, so we're going to go look at it right now. And this is called the Thrilla Villa. And it's in Las Vegas. It's open to the public. The address is 2710 Palomino Lane, Las Vegas. So I think it costs under $200.
It's not all.
Yes, I think that's
it. Better be worth it. Naturally, we didn't go in.
Yes. Well,
but we did peek through the grill of the gate. So that was the gorilla for us.
It's not a gorilla.
It's the gorilla from Manila. We peeked through the gate. That's right. It kept us out.
But this is called
It's definitely exotic looking.
The Thrilla Villa.
And there's a school across the street, and it's we're just a regular neighborhood. It's nothing fancy. You wouldn't even think anything twice of it. And you've got this massive enclave right here.
Yes.
So yes, if we've seen videos of it, and they're online on YouTube if people want to see the inside of it.
So he lived here from 2007 to his death in 2009. Although he died
on and off.
He died in his home in Los Angeles. He had several homes in Los Angeles.
He had 2 homes here in Vegas, but this is the last one.
Yeah, the other home that he lived in is also super huge. That's at 2785 South Monte Cristo Way.
I wonder if that's far from this one.
No, it's not far at all.
Oh, okay.
It's 1,700 square feet. It's on an acre of 1 acre lot.
Ooh, that's a small one.
Yeah, and it has a Roman-style interior with high ceilings, an indoor fountain, and curved staircase, and all that type of stuff. Oh, and it has a movie theater and a ballroom and a music studio.
Yeah, just your regular run-of-the-mill home.
Yes, it is. So that we didn't want to post that because this is the biggie. This one's on 16 acres.
Right in the middle of Las Vegas. He's got a lot of land there. That's expensive.
And it's a sprawling property. It's 110,000 square feet. And that Spanish gate there, it's related to the Prince of Brunei somehow. So it's quite amazing. Now, my research shows that he didn't actually own this. He rented this. And it was originally called the Hacienda Palomino. But it is a quite beautiful place. And again, you can see it in person and just go online to find out about the 2710 Palomino Lane. Now we're going to go to another movie store. Jack McClendon, Meister behind the camera. We're at the Liberace Mansion in Las Vegas.
So there's the address, the street corner.
It is 4982 Shirley Street. That's Shirley Radkovich. Shirley and Radkovich. And I knew Shirley Radkovich, and she was a very nice person. But she didn't live here. Nonetheless, I digress. Bergie has a cute little story. We went here, and Bergie, go tell the story.
There was no wiki wasabi. It was me with a lot of chutzpah. I didn't realize I was having... He didn't have the gates up there. This was years and years ago. And my mother's a
Liberace was alive.
Yeah, of course. That's why it was years and years and years ago. And he was always performing in Vegas. Anyway, I went up to the front door because my mother's a big fan, and I wanted to get an autograph for her. Anyway, whoever the guy was at the door, he said he wasn't home, but I could come back later. And I thought, really? Anyway, of course I didn't. But I didn't realize how chutzpah-ish that was and how open he was. He didn't even have a gate around the place. I just walked right up to the front door. And he also had his museum at that time in Vegas.
Yeah, so what a nice...
Which was a huge museum.
And tell about that story about when you and I got tickets for my mom and your mom to see Liberace in person. They're right in the front row.
Right in the front. Your cousin Betty was working there, and she got them seats right in the front row. And my mother, well, your mom liked him too, but not like my mom. And he kissed her hand, and then when he took his hands off, he counted every finger to make sure all the rings that were still on there, so my mom wasn't stealing his rings. And of course, my mom said she didn't wash her hand for a month. So we just cute little Liberace stories. What a sweet man he
Oh,
was.
it's really, really nice. Of course, his favorite place was in California, Beverly
And
Hills, and in Palm Springs, and we've been to
yeah,
those
another
homes
guy
too.
had a lot of homes.
Yeah, it's
And
quite
we've
a
been to all of them again. Well, we've been to the Palm Springs one several times. And he still has, the new buyer still has the piano mailbox outside.
yes. All right, now we can go to another home. And
It,
this is the home of Elvis Presley. It's called the Elvis House at 2520 Castle Sands Way. Action Jack McClendon, Burgomaster behind the camera. We're on Castle Sands Street in Las Vegas. And this was Elvis Presley's home, right? And here is the Elvis House, it's called, at 2520 Castle Sands Way. And this was built in 1954.
looks like a compound. Look at that. There's walls everywhere.
It's 3 homes put together.
Oh, is that why it looks so weird? Okay.
And it just sold recently for, I think, $500,000 or something ridiculous and inexpensive.
Again, in a very regular, ordinary home neighborhood, you
Yep.
wouldn't even think twice of it.
Very close to Liberace's home. And very
Didn't somebody give it to him or sell it to somebody he worked with or
well,
somebody?
yes, this
I
is
don't remember the
very
exact story.
similar to the Michael Jackson place. He did not own this. So this was owned by a billionaire
And he
named,
let him use it.
right, his name was
Okay.
Kirk Kerkorian.
Oh, yeah, the movie theater guy.
Yeah, and he also owned big casinos
Yeah, I
in
forget what
Las
too.
Vegas.
Yes, you are correct.
But anyway, information online shows that Marilyn Monroe, the Rat Pack, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr.
Junior, did he change his name? Protect the innocent because of that mob environment?
Warren Beatty's sister, what's her name?
Shirley MacLaine. In
Shirley
which
MacLaine.
life?
The original Rat Pack before them was Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall and a few other
So
people.
why are we mentioning all these names?
Just to explain, who they lived there too.
They all lived in that house?
Yes.
Wow.
They visited. There's a whole bunch of history because it was owned by the casinos. Now we are going to go to.
Well, we're off the track, aren't we? We passed the house with Elvis Presley painted on the chimney. That used to be his in Palm Springs. Just threw that in as a bonus picture. And this is Michael Jackson's house in Los Olivos, the entrance.
Yes, and it just so happened to I was in Las Vegas on business, and I had to go to Ventura on business, which brought us to here. So this is Michael Jackson's place.
Yeah, we just did a video on that.
Yeah, this
But
is.
this is just kind of fun reminder. By the way, I didn't notice this until later, but the wall by the gate over there, people write on that wall, kind of like when you go to Abbey Road, the studios, people write on the wall.
Yes.
And I thought, oh,
Each one of these
so
little bricks here has people writing really nice things to Michael Jackson.
yeah, so especially if you go to that gate. So anyway, it was just kind of interesting.
And because of his background, he really never had a childhood, and that can explain a lot psychologically why he was kind of put into this Peter Pan, never growing up mindset. And there's a really good video on YouTube about him living here and how Elizabeth Taylor befriended him big time because she also felt that she was robbed of her childhood. And then she thought through her spiritual journeys that she was able to reconcile her past, but maybe not because she had a lot of pain in her, all the different marriages she had. But she said she truly loved Michael Jackson. So I think I might put that in our show notes, how you can see the videos there. But this is really an amazing property. And when you're here, you'll see hot air balloons. So you can actually rent hot air balloons.
And there's a guard gate there, so you're not going to get past the gate.
Yeah,
But
right
it's
now
still a
this
nice property.
right now this is private. It's owned by a billionaire, so there are no private tours. But they seem to be very good about letting people come up and look at the place. And like I say, you can.
There was somebody else that came while we were doing our little video, so it's obviously a busy entrance.
Yeah, and people from all over the world come here.
Peekaboo. We sure go through a lot of gates. We did the Elvis gate, we did the Michael Jackson gate in Vegas, and now we're peeking through this one. I feel like a
Yes.
peeping Tom.
We've been here many times because right down
Yeah, see, now you're seeing some of the graffiti.
in our previous video that we did on
I mean,
Solvang.
names.
But the previous one I did on the real Mayberry, that was just a few days ago. The real Mayberry is just right here. And I say it's the real Mayberry. What's the name of that? Los Olivos.
Los Olivos.
Yeah, it's such
Just 5 miles down the road.
yeah, such a beautiful town. And it still remains a small town. But anyway, this is right by there.
Lots of wine shops, everybody.
Yes. So the original name of this place was called Zaca Ladera's Ranch.
Zaca Ladera's.
Yes. Also, then after that, it was called the Sycamore Valley Ranch.
That's what it's called now.
Okay, all right.
Because Neverland is what Michael Jackson called it, and the guy that owns it now calls it Sycamore Ranch.
You are correct.
Oh, give that girl a brownie.
So this is all private.
Yes, so you ain't coming in. Well, you are, but you'll be going out in a little black and white car.
That's right. But anyway, it's so fun to drive around this area because it's so
How big is this place? Do you have any idea?
It's over 4 square miles.
Oh, I was looking for acres. 4 miles?
2,698 acres, which
I
is
guess you'd have to have a lot of land because he had all the animals and everything there.
yeah. He had a huge zoo,
Yes.
which this is not too far from Hearst Castle either, and so there's similarities there as well. And
Yeah.
he had a ton of amusement rides. He had a Ferris wheel and merry-go-rounds. They have since been removed.
Everything's been removed.
He also had lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
and
Now we're mixing our movies.
and elephants. And he had his best friend,
What?
non-human.
What's that chimp?
You know what his name was?
Bozo, probably. I don't know. What was it?
It was Bubbles.
Oh, Bubbles. That's right. How could I forget? Of course. Everybody knew Bubbles.
And he had 2 narrow gauge railroads and they were steam
I
locomotives.
wonder if they left those there.
He did, but a lot of that has been taken out. They got beautiful ponds all over the place too, from the natural aquifers. And they have a 50-seat movie theater and stage with the train station. It's very Disney-esque.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, so it's quite amazing. All right.
Well, you
So-
can see how beautiful the country is, and how, if you've got 4 miles, you can put a lot of things on there.
It's so gorgeous, and so
Yes.
many celebrities living in the area, like Ronald Reagan and many others. So, on behalf
Your friend David Crosby.
David Crosby
Stills,
from Crosby, Stills and Nash, right? He
Yeah.
was also
Fess
here.
Parker,
Yes,
Daniel Boone.
That's
Yeah, we
a
go on
ton
and
of
on
people.
and on.
Yeah, it goes on and on. So, on behalf of my lovely bride, Burgermeister, this is Action Jack saying we'll be back. It will be soon, and that's the name of that tune. If you like this video, please press like. That really helps us with the algorithms. Also share it, and we love your comments. So there you have it. Goodbye and goodbye.